8:11 here in New York City and in Washington, D.C. as well. And President-elect Donald Trump got a warm weekend welcome at the Army-Navy game in Maryland. It came ahead of a big week for the president-elect as he's expected to sit down with the guy who invented Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
And on Capitol Hill, RFK Jr. will begin his confirmation meetings with a lot of senators this week. And Peter Doocy joins us from Washington with the latest. Hey, Peter.
Good morning. When the CEO of the big Japanese venture capital firm SoftBank shows up at Mar-a-Lago today, he is expected to come with a commitment for $100 billion worth of investment in the U.S. during Trump's next term, according to a report today by CNBC. A lot of these CEO-level meetings have been more subtle. Google's Sundar Pichai and Amazon's Jeff Bezos either have been or will be at Mar-a-Lago soon. Their successes in the future could hinge on regulations that are coming down the pike for AI or space projects. The president-elect himself made a rare trip out of Florida or New York to Maryland for Saturday's Army-Navy game. Daniel Penny was there less than a week after a jury that could have sent him to jail didn't. Tulsi Gabbard was also there. So was Pete Hegseth. And so was Ron DeSantis, rumored to be the SecDef backup if Hegseth doesn't make it through. The advising consent process continues this week. Linda McMahon, the education secretary pick, will meet with senators. And RFK Jr., the HHS pick, has 25 meetings lined up this week, all with Republican senators. There's a lot of focus on his past vaccine skepticism, but the thing that could be the trickiest for him to navigate with the Republicans is his long history of being pro-choice on abortion. Key Republicans are going to want commitments from him that if he runs HHS, he will not expand abortion access. That is what this week is going to be about. Back to you.
So, Peter, you know, at the conclusion of many presidents' terms, they say, during my term, I was able to create X million jobs and things like that. Donald Trump is not even president yet, but you mentioned the CEO of SoftBank stopping by shortly to unveil $100 billion in investments in the United States. They say that's going to create 100,000 jobs over the next 4 years in AI and infrastructure and things like that. And that will add to the tote. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump put out on Truth Social today, I'm not even president yet, but I created 100,000 jobs.
Yeah, and this goes to show that people around the world look at somebody like an Elon Musk, and he is very close to Donald Trump. He's got Donald Trump going to his rocket launches in Texas. And he is a big supporter of Musk's businesses. So there are interested parties all around the world who want to get in there early. If you can be in on the ground level with Donald Trump, that is what these guys are trying to do before January 20th.
Indeed. All right, Peter, thank you very much. We actually got in on the ground level of Donald Trump. He used to be on the show long before every Monday he would call in to talk about the news of the day, and now he is the news of the day.
A lot of people wanting jobs within the administration, a lot of people going to Mar-a-Lago. I was just passing Mar-a-Lago yesterday, and you can see the cars. They have to go through inspections.
Were you driving slowly?
We were driving very slowly over that bridge right when Mar-a-Lago's on your left, and they stop traffic when someone's going into Mar-a-Lago. The parking lot was packed. I don't know if those are just people that are club members or if those are people there to kiss the ring and ask for a job.
It's reflective also within the country as well. There's great excitement. It's crowded in the country. It's crowded at these games. And Donald Trump was greeted by a ruckus crowd.
Yes.
It's clear that they are happy to have the commander-in-chief there to support them. Not only was the commander-in-chief there, or the future commander-in-chief, former commander-in-chief, you got J.D. Vance that was there, Tulsi Gabbard, you had Pete Hegseth, Daniel Penny.
There's Dave McCormick and his wife, Dina.
And it's just so shocking to me because, you know, there are people in both political parties that have served in the military. But it looks like Donald Trump is the only one that is willing to go to really a nonpartisan game. The Democrats have just given it to him. And another cultural moment, whether it was the McDonald's, the garbage truck, or going to the barbershop to this game, Donald Trump appears, and he's the only one to show up.
And he got a great reception. And, you know, in the history of this game, in the history of that stadium. I wonder if there has ever been such a collection of powerful people. You know, you've got the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, screen left. You got the House Speaker. You've got the President of the United States, the Vice President. You've got Elon Musk. You've got all those people in one spot. And they're all talking about two things. One, the game. And everybody always has a favorite. By the way, the Navy won. And two, they're all talking about the future of America. Because in, just about a month, they're going to be taken over, and they're going to start trying to bring to America the things they talked about over the last.
Think about the wealth in that room.
Oh, yeah.
Elon Musk, you have Donald Trump, you have Dave McCormick's very successful. Not only politicians, but people who run our country in different ways in business.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.